What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down how wide receivers can run a perfect post route. Let's get started. Now, before we get into this video, fellas, if you are a wide receiver and would like an 8-week daily on-field wide receiver workout plan to follow, check out that very first link in the description below. We give you 200 plus wide receiver drills for route running, press releases, hands, everything wide receiver, and we break down the exact sets and reps to follow with a video example of each drill so you know how to do the exercise. So again, if that's something that interests you, check out that very first link in the description below. Let's get back to this video. All right, guys, so how this video is going to go down is I'm going to explain the technique of a post route using different moves at the top of the route, and then we're going to go over some drills to work on that specific move. So today we're going to be highlighting something called a rocker step. So a rocker step is a move that you can use obviously on a post route, a corner route, a deeper out route, like maybe 10 plus yards, and then a dig route. So those are the 4 routes that I like using this move on, but obviously today we're going to be focusing on a post, right? So let's say, for example, I'm lined up on the right side of the field, quarterback is where this camera is, my inside foot is up my left foot, and I got to run a post, breaking towards the middle of the field. So if I'm running a post, I'm obviously going to be breaking just normal route. I'm going to be running up and I'm breaking off of my outside foot, planting, and then cutting to the inside. So a rocker step is a move that you can use to make the post look like a corner without actually running like a corner then back to the post. It's a 1 step, or it's 2 steps at the top of the break, but it's not like a corner post where you're running and actually taking off on that stem. It's just 2 steps at the break. So instead of stepping with my outside foot, you're going to step with the side of the foot that you are breaking to. So I'm breaking to the inside, you're going to step with that foot first. So if I'm breaking to the inside, I'm going to step with my inside foot first, throw back to the outside like I'm selling a corner, and then slip back underneath. So these next 3 drills are going to work on that specific move that you would use at the top of the break. So this first drill, nice and simple. All you need is 3 specific cones for this drill, and you're going to start out here just working on the mechanics of the step. So when you do that rocker step, obviously if the DB is sitting in like off man coverage, or maybe sometimes, you know, a DB who's in zone like so, when his eyes are on us, he's going to be watching my hips. So when I do this rocker step, I have to be able to sell this move with my hips, but at the same time, I got to stay in an explosive position with my lower body, and that's what this drill is pretty much working on. It's working on the mechanics and the details of the step. So you're going to start out here, right foot's going to be up, you're just in a nice receiver stance. So to create some explosion off the ball, you're going to use something called a kick step on this drill. A kick step is where you take your back foot, so in this case it would be your left foot, you kick it behind your front foot. So you're going to kick 1, 2, like we're doing this rocker step, and then you're going to come off almost like a shorter slant route, but we're working on the top of the post route. Now, a couple things that we want to focus on is obviously selling with my hips, because that's what a DB is going to be looking at, but also, like I said, being in an explosive spot with your feet. What do I mean by that? So when we do this drill, a lot of times receivers, when they try to sell this rocker step move, they take it too literal. Like something I tell my receivers is try to get your belly button to the sideline. But when I say that, what guys will do is they'll take this toe and they'll open up. So if I'm doing a rocker step here, and I open up my toe, yeah, I'm selling it. Yeah, I might get the DB to move, but when my toe is open like this, number 1, that puts my knee in a compromising spot. Number 2, I can't really push and get back to the post, so I take all these extra steps, and that makes me slow out of the break. So on this drill, you want your hips and above to be separate from your lower body. Sometimes what I'll have my receivers do is I'll have them cross their arms, so they have to feel that turn of their upper half, but focus on keeping their toes forward. You don't have to do that, as that does feel a little awkward, but if you want to, by all means. So again, we're selling with my hips. Your belly button is going from sideline to sideline. So we're kick stepping, 1, 2, bursting out. I'm going to show you how this drill is going to look full speed. All right, guys, so this next drill we're going to be going over is to work on the exchange from step to step on the rocker step. So that like push in between the 2 cuts. So you're going to need a total of 6 cones. This is going to be 5 separate like cuts, if you will, or like rocker step cuts, if you will. So at the top of the break, to be able to get some speed and sell, because like on a rocker step on a post route, right? So like if I'm on the right side of the field, quarterback's over here, and let's say I got a DB who's an off man, maybe a safety who's sitting in like zone coverage, and I'm running at him, the whole purpose of this rocker step is to sell like I'm doing a corner or something breaking to the outside, to get him to move off the platform, looking at my hips, sell this move to slip back underneath. But when I do that, I have to push off of that first initial rocker step cut. So like when I make that first cut, the step to the side that I'm breaking, you want to step first wherever you are breaking. So when I make that first step, it's got to be inside my frame. It's an explosive position, and I am pushing off of this step to be able to sell the outside move. That push helps your hips go with the cut and helps you get more explosion explosion into the cut. So when you strike the ground, you have to be on the ball of the foot or the middle arch of your foot. A lot of times what receivers will do is they'll cut and they'll land on their heel first. Their leg will snap back. All this energy will shoot up and they have no push. Their rocker step just looks like two flat steps that doesn't sell anything. So that's what this drill is working on. It's working on the push and the exchange. So like I said, you're going to need a total of 6 cones. One cone is going to be a starting point here. So you're going to start out, left foot's going to be, it's just like the last drill, but now there's more cuts. You're doing the same type of kick step. All that's for is just to create some energy. It's hard to do this drill and just go right into it and be flat-footed. So we're here, we do this kick step, and all it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pushing off. Now notice how, when I was doing that, there was almost like a little bit of a knee cave. I don't want a knee cave where it's like facing the ground, obviously, but I do want you to push back and forth with your hips, shifting your weight. That will help you with explosion and help you get out of that rocker step cut faster, okay? I'm gonna show you how this drill is gonna look, full speed. All right, guys, so this next drill is going to be working on that rocker step while you were running full speed, right? So the last 2 drills are working on the mechanics of the rocker step, right? So we were working on the foot placement, the foot strike, selling with our hips, and then obviously pushing from side to side on the second drill. This drill is a little bit more fast-paced and obviously full speed, working on that post-route rocker step. So what you're going to do is you need 4 cones total on this drill. You need a starting point. Here, I'll show you guys so you can see. We need a starting point, which is the orange cone, first cut white, second cut white, third cut on this white cone. So we need 4 total cones. So on any route, regardless if it's a post, a slant, an out route, what are we trying to make the DB think I'm doing? We're running a fade, right? So to go down, what goes into selling a fade is going to be running in full speed, running in full stride, and having good body language. That is what we need to think about on this entire drill that we are doing. So this drill is going to be off of steps. If you're a receiver and you're maybe not comfortable cutting off of steps, you have to learn it, because at the next level, they're going to ask you to run routes off of steps. When it's press man-to-man coverage, yeah, like it's more about a landmark. Go get to 10 to 12 yards. But if that route is in zone, your routes are going to be heavily based off of steps. There are a ton of routes, like let's say, for example, a bang 8 post, which is a quick post where the quarterback's throwing it right off the break. You're usually breaking off of your 3rd outside step or your like 5th step, and you need to get comfortable counting steps and playing fast while you're counting steps. So this drill can also help with that. So what you're doing is you're going to start this orange cone. I call this like an L drill, I guess you could say. It's mainly just 90-degree cuts. So you're going to start out here. Right foot is going to be up in this case. Set, go. It's only 3 steps from cone to cone. So it's 1, 2, 3 plant, 1, 2, 3 cut, 1, 2, 3. Act like we're going corner, catch myself here on the rocker step, and then I'm out. Make sure we maintain my speed. Make sure we maintain my stride. Good pad level. I'm going to show you how this drill is going to look full speed. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. We always appreciate the feedback. Always great to hear from you guys. And again, fellas, if you would like an 8-week wide receiver on-field workout schedule that you can do, check out that very first link in the description below. Again, 200+ wide receiver route running, press release, and catching drills, all mapped out in a daily schedule. So again, very first link in that description below. I'll see you guys next time.